I'm Sunny Goldberg, and welcome to Know Your Neighbors. I am thrilled for you guys to get to know our new neighbor, David Bander, who is the executive director of the Emelin. How many days now?
It's been about 6 months.
6 months,
Yeah.
wow. And you got here from Washington.
Yep, outside of Seattle in Kirkland, Washington. The same Kirkland as Costco, because everybody asks that. Moved out at the beginning of the year.
Wow. And how did you get to Mamaroneck? I mean, it's so interesting that you came from Washington.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had been with Kirkland Performance Center for 10 years, and I got a call from a headhunter saying, I've got this opportunity I think you'd be great for, and explored the opportunity, came out, visited, just absolutely fell in love with the town, and fast forward a few months, and here I am. Here I was.
That's so cute. You know, it's funny you say that. Everybody says town. You are in the village at this
I'm in the
point.
village.
But the village, the town, and the village of Larchmont.
I fell in love with the area. How about that?
You fell in love. It's fine, but it's so interesting because I saw something on you that I loved. You were the managing director of the Kirkland Theater for 10 years, as you said, a passionate nonprofit arts executive, and you believe the arts are integral to building and enhancing community, and in turn, community is vital to succeeding in the arts. And where you're sitting at LMC-TV is all about community and connecting community. So what a perfect fit.
I know, I love it, and I absolutely believe that to its core, that without a vibrant arts scene, a community just isn't its best self. So having a gem like the Emelin in the community is so important, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know more members of this community because I want to be involved. I want to get out and I want to know people like you. So thank you so much for asking me to join you today.
Are you kidding? You may get angry at me because people are going to start saying, hi, David, as you walk down the street.
I don't know who you are, but I'd like to meet you.
Exactly. You know, it's a wonderful area. It's a wonderful community. I don't say that lightly. So many young people have moved back home here, which is a big plus for this community. And the Emelin is indeed a treasure. You and I were talking about, are you taking a train? Are you just to be able to go out your door and have that kind of ability to see a play, hear music, see a movie is quite a gift.
I agree. We're so thankful to have such a great community performing arts center just right here. You don't have to go into the city, but you know the train is right here. You don't have to go to a large theater. You can come. It's intimate. It's personable, and I think it's a real blessing that we've got it.
In Kirkland, did you do young people's as well? I mean, the Emelin has been terrific with not just school, elementary and the high school, but they have had fabulous programs. I know that because I have a 10-year-old grandson and an 11-year-old granddaughter, and they love coming to the Emelin.
Oh, great. Yeah. You know, our family programs are some of our most successful programming, and looking at what we're booking for next year, which I can't reveal anything yet, but we're looking at increasing that number, bringing more diverse arts to the family, so adding more music for families and adding more throughout the year, because people don't just want to do things one Saturday once a month. People want to go out and they want to see arts and do activities all the time. So we're increasing those number of options for our community.
That's really so terrific. Now, you and I talked about what's happening. You don't do programming till July, correct?
We're going to announce our 24-25 season in mid-July sometime. But until then, we've got the summer concerts in the park, free at Harbor Island Park. We've got 2 concerts that are planned.
Couldn't be a better place.
Couldn't be a better
I
place.
went by it coming here and I said, oh, what a gift. I do.
We're doing, we've got a Springsteen cover band, Tramps Like Us.
Oh,
I think they were here last year.
They were in the harbor. They were fabulous.
And well, they're going to be back July
Oh,
17th.
Good.
And then August 7th, we're doing a Broadway cabaret in the park.
That's Springsteen. You should have seen people dancing, and it was a scene. No kidding.
Good.
So you haven't announced, but how do you go about choosing or thinking? It must be a very big process.
It's a huge process, and it's probably one of the biggest pieces of my job. We start programming for the following season usually in January of the year before. So this past January, I went to a big conference with a lot of artists and agents and presenters all across the country, and we started looking at everything through June of 25 in January of 24.
Wow.
So we're working on what does the arc of our season look like. You know, we want to be able to have things for everybody throughout the year. So it's not just all in one weekend or all in one month. And that requires us to do a lot of planning really far out.
And do you ever try to initiate people who are possibly off Broadway or on Broadway coming to try out at the Emelin? I remember there used to be some kind of a give and take.
Yeah, we've got a decent Broadway series that I'm working on growing and expanding the appeal for larger age demographics, have some family friendly, have some for some of our regular patrons. And yeah, it's everything from Broadway to music to dance to theater for everyone 5 to 105.
Wow. And to everybody all over Westchester. It is
all over Westchester.
Not just Amirnik Larchmont,
Right.
but it is really well received.
Oh, yeah, I would say a large number of our patrons do come from the immediate vicinity, but we get people coming out from the city, we get people coming from up county or even upstate, we get people coming from Connecticut, Massachusetts. We had somebody come in for a show from Maine that took the train down. So we're bringing people from really, truly all over the region.
And you have a wonderful board.
We have a great board.
Well, Mark, of course, but, Ettinger, who has been on this program and is an amazing gift to our community.
Absolutely.
Talking about. But you have a young vital board, which is terribly important because just as yourself, we're learning that many of us who've been around for quite a long time probably should step aside.
Well, I don't think there's any
Or,
stepping aside.
I don't mean just step aside. You're absolutely right, but possibly move over a little bit.
No, I want to program things that you are going to like, and things that your kids are going to like, and things that your grandkids are going to like.
Right.
Because arts don't stop and start with a certain age group, and there are a lot of young professionals in the area that maybe have families, maybe don't yet have families. And they don't want to necessarily go into the city. They don't want to go to some of the other bigger theaters. They want an intimate experience, so we're going to give it to them. But that doesn't mean to disregard the wants and needs of our existing patron base.
I agree. And I know Kirkland was was it the same size, like 400 seats or something?
Yeah,
right?
the theater I came from was 394 seats. The city of Kirkland's a little bit bigger. I think it was 90,000.
Oh, yeah.
So a little bit bigger, but same kind of thing. It was a real great community gem, a lot of community involvement, and that's why I wanted to get out and in front of the people, you know, and I'm so, again, so gracious that you invited me to
Are you kidding? You know, the Emelin has been here for a long time.
52 years.
Wow.
But who's counting?
A lot of people are counting. I'm sure the grants are counting, but it's such an amazing thing because you have shared with the library, and I think you've really they have really worked out who's on first and who's on second. And I know that was not an easy thing initially. Do you feel comfortable in your space?
Oh yeah, I've got a great relationship with the team over the library. They're wonderful people. We share that community room space down on their lower level, and they're great partners. They really support us in a lot of, especially the family programming, helping us spread the word, get posters up to gain visibility, and they're wonderful to do relationship or have a business with.
And another thing that Emelin does that you may or may not know is it stimulates people to go out to dinner
Mm-hmm.
and then come over.
Yeah, we haven't done an economic study yet. That's something I'd like to do for next year. Where I came from in Kirkland, we found that on average, people would spend an additional 85 cents per dollar on the ticket going out to dinner or drinks or both, either before and after the show, or staying locally, or coming and seeing a movie after a show, or going out and seeing other live music in the area, or pay to park. So it really does stimulate the local economy, and we want to be good partners with our restaurant friends too.
I'm glad you said the movies. That movie theater is fabulous.
Oh yeah,
Have you been in it?
I have, and what a cool space.
Oh my God, what they have done, the Eckhart family is just wonderful. But would you consider some kind of like a festival, like a Nantucket movie festival?
I would say nothing is off the table at this point, but I want to make sure everything is done intentionally. So it's really just studying the available data that we have, figuring out what the community really wants. But at the end of the day, we still have to turn a profit. Even though we're a nonprofit, we've got to pay our bills. So if it makes money and it's what the community wants, I'm happy to look at anything.
How well do you know Robert De Niro?
Personally, not as well as I'd like.
Now, I've always thought that would be we're 20 miles from the city.
Mm-hmm.
And we have so many people living around who are actors and important people.
There's something there. We just have to find it.
Yeah. And you came from Washington, and you had lived there did you grow up there?
I grew up there. I moved to Indiana for my undergraduate degree, and then I stuck around for a few years after that. Moved back to the Seattle area to get my master's degree, and just stayed until the end of last year.
You actually got an award that I love. You were named by the business magazine Top 40 Under 40.
Yeah, 425 Business Magazine, which is our suburb business magazine, awarded me last year Top 40 Under 40.
For your professional community involvement.
Yep.
Which is really mind-boggling.
Well,
no kidding.
Yeah, I was very active in the Chamber of Commerce, served on the board of directors there as their treasurer for 6 years before I termed off. I served on the board of directors with Jet City Improv for 6 years, including a stint as their board president. Served on the founding board of Redmond Academy of Theater Arts, which is now a thriving nonprofit for young people. So I really do value community involvement, and that isn't just from where I was in the Seattle area, but I really want to be involved in our community here in Mamaroneck and the other surrounding towns.
Be careful what you wish for. Lots of people are watching, I guarantee.
I'm taking offers.
Hey, LMC. But you've met Matt.
Oh yeah.
And you know how lucky we are. You met Dina, and we have interns and all kinds of wonderful things happening. Getting back to the movie for 1 second, and dinner, something's going on at the Emelin if you can't get into any of the Piccolo or any of the restaurants around.
We've got some great restaurant partners. I don't want to single anybody out because I really, truly love going to dinner at all of them. We've got Don Hito that's literally right behind us.
And you can walk up.
We can just walk right underneath the parking lot. Jill's is right around the corner. Piccolo Molino that's right there. La Casa. We've got so many great restaurants that are half a block away.
They're family run. Several of the ones you mentioned, and not just family run, they are supportive and try to be supportive. I always feel so bad. people cross the street when they see me because they know I'm going to ask for something little. But it's really quite amazing how the whole Mamaroneck Avenue really does
Oh yeah.
step up to the plate.
And those are just the restaurants over on our end, up on the toward the train. We've got a lot of great restaurants. You know, we don't just send patrons there, but my staff has to eat, right? We give our business there, or the artists. We bring artists food from all of these restaurants
point.
on the Ave. So we give them a slew of menus, and they pick what looks good to them, and we go and bring it back for them.
It's
So
interesting.
everyone's eating locally.
Do you pick up the artists from the city and bring them in?
No, usually they'll take a car service or they'll take the train.
Yeah.
You know, well, if need be, I'll go pick somebody up from the train. Or
I
they'll
didn't
take an
mean you
Uber.
personally, but the Emelin.
Sometimes it is me personally,
Which is kind of fun.
which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I hate saying this because I've been doing this for so many years, and you got to be professional. I still get starstruck. You meet somebody that maybe you've been listening to since you were a little kid. I've been listening to since I was a little kid, and they're now performing on my stage, and I booked them, and that's so cool.
Exactly.
It's a fun job, I'll tell you. It's a lot of work, but it's fun. It's very rewarding.
And rewarding, and you just fit so well in the community. I can just see Mark, who actually stated he brings a unique blend of skills and experience to the Emelin, coupling a lifetime of dedication to the arts, strong operational and systems background. We didn't talk about that, and digital orientation.
Yeah.
So you're real good with tech.
I think so. Yeah, my undergraduate degree was actually, I don't want to go too far off topic, but I was actually going to be a dentist. So I've got an undergraduate degree in biology with minors in computer science and mathematics. That didn't work out. I just didn't want to sit in a lab all day and do research.
Doesn't seem to fit you at all.
No, so
Okay.
I said I'm so grateful to have this knowledge of having a science background and a math background and a computer science background, but I have to follow my passion and go into the arts. So if there are any young people watching, follow your dreams, go into the arts, because you can actually make a career out of it.
Which is quite amazing. No kidding.
Yeah.
And now that you've said dreams, if you had to, because we only have not more than maybe about 10 minutes, your hopes and dreams for the Emelin.
Well, I would really like to get to a place where we can reach more members of our community across all demographics, across different ages, socioeconomic backgrounds, and I would like to see the patrons in the seats at the Emelin really, truly reflect who we see in our community. And that means keeping tickets affordable. It means presenting artists that people of all backgrounds want to see, all art forms. And that's my dream, is I really want to be, to continue the growth of being that community gem.
This is like a wonderful map or blanket of different communities.
Yeah.
We have a very large French community, Spanish, now Filipino, and Asian. I was just wondering, are you able to service those people?
You know, I can't say that we've always done the best job, or that I'm maybe personally equipped to be the best liaison for each and every one of these communities, but I do want to get involved and meet the leaders of those communities. So when we are putting on programming, it's with that community buy-in for that community. It's not just me sitting atop my throne saying, well, this is what this community wants to see, but getting involved with these communities to program stuff for them. And I don't want to just do shows for them or for us. I want shows for everybody, and that's so important to me.
But that language thing needs to either be captions or something
Absolutely.
worked out.
But music is a universal language.
Oh, definitely.
You don't have to understand the language to enjoy the music. We have had numerous musicians that don't sing in English, and so maybe I don't understand what they're saying, maybe you don't understand what they're saying, maybe somebody does. But either way, it's beautiful and it's entertaining.
It's funny you say that. When I was last at the opera, they have the lines going across. And in some way, initially, I was looking at it and it was stopping me from seeing them as well as
From
I thought.
being in
In,
person and live.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You might not get the gist of everything, but you can tell with a musician's emotion or how they're singing something. You can tell if it's a love song. You can tell if it's, a heartbreak song. You can tell if it's upbeat or downbeat. So you really get a good sense of what they're singing about, even if you can't understand all the words.
So David,
Yes.
you are buying a house in the area.
Yep. Just got the contract today, so let's hope everything goes well.
God, that's so nervous. It really is.
It's a long process.
Yeah.
And you do things differently out here in New York than I've done in the past, and that's okay. It's a learning experience.
Yeah, definitely. But you will be entrenched
Oh, yeah.
in this community.
Yeah. Right now, I've got a great little month-to-month situation with a lovely family that's hosted me over by Florence Park.
Oh, how nice.
We're going to be moving to New Rochelle. So we're going to stay in the community. You know, it's a 15, 20-minute drive to where we're buying a house. And that lets us be in this community and be in that community and really just grow our presence.
One other thing that you just said before that made me think, people who are disabled, you said for everybody.
Yeah.
Can you accommodate that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we are fully ADA compliant. We offer hearing assist for people that have troubles with that.
So you just come in and ask for that when you come in?
Yeah, you go up to the box office, you just ask for a hearing assist, and they'll give that to you because we want everybody to be able to enjoy arts at the Emelin.
And you can take wheelchairs and sit on the end, et cetera, whatever.
Yeah, we're fully ADA compliant, so we can take up to, I think, 5 wheelchairs and their companions. And again, yeah, we want to be able to accommodate people of all abilities. So if you're in a walker, you have a cane, we can accommodate you too.
You know, you've always had the nicest ushers. I know they're usually volunteers.
Oh, yeah.
And we always say, they say, "Hi, Sonny," I say, "Hi," whatever. And it's such a lovely feeling.
Yeah, it really is. And we've got great ushers, really friendly people. I know that we're always looking for more volunteers, and we're working on revitalizing that volunteer program to be better partners for them because they do so much for us that we've got to make sure that we're giving them something in return.
Talking about volunteering, if you wanted to volunteer, how would you do that?
Yeah, emelin.org for more information. We've got a volunteer page right on there. I'm not sure it's the most up-to-date. It's something that we've got to work on.
Hey, you're the tech guy. Come on.
Yeah, I've got some team for that. And especially as we look into next season. You know,
But
now
you
is our
could-
slow period.
You could volunteer for stage, helping on the stage, or can you volunteer for?
Most of the help is in our front of house, is ushers, ticket takers, etc., greeters. Our stage crew, they are professionals. They are all paid industry professionals. This is their career, and they are extremely skilled and very talented.
And you need a place for treats. I always want to get popcorn or something when I go in there. How about on the side? Just have
Well, we've got our concession stand out in the lobby. We don't want to put anything in the auditorium because then it's distracting.
No,
you get
but
up.
in the lobby.
Yeah, we've got our concession stand. You can get beer, wine, champagne or prosecco, a little candy. So yeah.
Great. How about popcorn?
Popcorn,
'cause
not
it's
so much because
messy.
it's messy.
I
It's
got
messy, and
it.
you got to have the big popper. Maybe someday, or maybe we'll get the little bags.
That's okay. We can go to this movie.
We'll just come
thing.
over here. Yeah.
I just kind of pop in there and get when you have a definite need, right? Anyway, okay. I'm nervous that we've forgotten something. Is there
Oh
anything
gosh.
important that we might not have discussed?
Wow. I think the most important thing is going to be to keep an eye on our website, get on our email list to find out when we announce the 24-25 season.
You still have the breakdowns.
We still want to have the breakdown.
Angel, the different levels
For
of
all of our
giving.
members, yep. We are a nonprofit, as I mentioned, and we do rely heavily on fiscal support from people that are able to. So,
And are you able to get support from the performing arts?
yeah, we've got great support from not just Arts Westchester, but also NISCA, the State Arts Council.
Right.
And I think our biggest opportunities in growth are for local businesses to support, are for individuals to support to a level that they're comfortable, knowing that their support makes a direct impact on our ability to program and to continue operating. Utility prices, oh my gosh, are going up. Healthcare prices are going up.
Yes.
I mean, you wouldn't believe how fast some of these expenses are growing. And the staff that works for me, I mean, again, these are paid professionals. These are career people. This is not this is not a volunteer-run organization, and so we do need support.
Your offices are not in the Emelin.
They're not.
They're can you explain?
they're if you're at the Hunter Tier lot, which I know is a little bit of a
We're
hot topic right now.
Hopefully it's going to stay.
If you're there, you go through the bottom, office is right at the back, but there's nothing to come see.
Yeah.
It's just an office.
If you were, if the doors were shut at the Emelin, you wanted to make a donation or find out about something, you have a lovely person in the front who often will tell you exactly what's going on.
Yep, we've got our box office is in person at the theater every Friday. Best way to get a hold of us, because it's a small staff and because we're not on site, just to email. Give us a call, email. If you want to meet me somewhere and give me a big check for a donation, I'm happy to travel. But again, I do want to be visible in the community. I want people to say, oh, wow, I saw you on Know Your Neighbor. Can I talk to you for 5 minutes? And I would love to chat with people. I love going out with my partner to the restaurants and the bars in town. And I really look forward to meeting more members of our community.
You're definitely going to, I promise. But I always I go here, I go there. When I go into that office, it's like the bowels of the, but it's very welcoming once you come in.
Once you get in.
And I always said you need a bigger sign that says Emelin Theatre.
We've got a lot of opportunities.
Lots that you can do. I think about, we had a movie club there that was fabulous.
Still is.
Yeah, good. And all of those things that were so terrific, you're going to keep in place and add on what
that's the goal, and we've got to find out what the feel of the community is, and if the community no longer wants to hear or see something, maybe it's time to move on, or maybe it's time for us to do a better job of reaching more people that are interested in those art forms.
And finding out what exactly the passion is all about.
Exactly.
Well, I know that the concert in the park is fabulous. Really.
And I'll be at both of those, so if you're there, again, just say hi. Even if I'm talking to somebody, come grab me, interrupt me. I'd like to meet you.
Okay.
I mean, you. I'd like to meet you.
Very good, David. We only have a couple more minutes. I just worry about that I may have forgotten something.
Well, you can always have me back.
Yeah, I will. That would be great. But when exactly your programming comes out, can we run it?
Oh, absolutely.
And you'll use LMC.
Absolutely.
Because we have the calendar and all of it running all the time. And we're pretty darn close to you.
Yeah, just right down the hill.
Just right down. Or up
or
when you
depending
go
on
home.
Which direction you're going.
Exactly. And we should be able to share.
I'm really excited. Again, I can't spoil anything yet, but I'm really excited about some of the stuff that we've got coming in the fall and into the spring of 25.
25.
It's hard to think about that far out, isn't it?
It is, but I realized looking at Broadway, they talk about things that are in the future.
Yeah. And my calendar, it's so funny. I already know what I'm doing in June of 25 now because my calendar is full with arts that I'm going to go see.
Gosh, yeah. Well, I have a couple of tickets. Have you seen Suffshed? It's wonderful.
No, it's on my list.
Good.
I was hoping to go before the Tonys, but maybe by the time this airs, we'll already know who
definitely.
won. But,
yeah, but you're still going to go.
I'm still going to go.
David, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonny. Really
Thank
appreciate it.
you for watching, and now you're going to know your neighbor, David Bander.
Thank
See you
you.
next time. You did.